What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of What We Talking About on Wednesday. What we talking about on Wednesday? What we talking about on Wednesday? What we talking about on Wednesday? That's my new intro. Let me know if you like it, if you prefer. What y'all? I like them both, and I'm just, trying to shake it up a little bit. But let's get right into it. Welcome back to another episode of What We're Talking About on Wednesday. It is January the 13th, 2021. Yes, the 13th, just checking. And we have a lot to talk about. So let's get into it. First of all, on the trusty notepad, can we discuss, now I don't normally discuss internet baddies, or I don't know what you want to call her, celebrity's child, Lori Harvey. I don't normally talk about girls like her, but Instagram was, shooketh, if you will, the other day when Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan officially announced that they are dating. They both posted pictures. Clearly, it was a very collaborative effort. The pictures were basically the same, laid out, cute little bouquet effect in the back, or bokeh effect in the back with the Eiffel Towers. Cute, kissy, smoochy, smoochy. Lori Harvey has snagged Michael B. Jordan, or as some might see it, Michael B. Jordan has snagged Lori Harvey. And I just want to say, first of all, happy birthday to you, sis, because today is her birthday. And second of all, how? How? What and how, why, when, and where, and how? How do you go from celebrity male to celebrity male without, first of all, none of them beefing? Second of all, you just grabbing them like you grab the bag. I want to know, do you make them sign like some sort of like NDA and be like, if you date me, you can't discuss my exes, you can't discuss my father or my mother, you can't discuss what may have or may not have happened in my last relationships? Like, how do these Hollywood dudes feel comfortable knowing that, maybe one of their homies may have dated her, or maybe they don't run in the same circles? I don't know, but it's just, her relationships are very public, and this one was like a win for her, obviously, and women everywhere were like rejoicing. They're like, teach me your ways, queen. How did you do it? And I too am like, that's a damn good snag if you're going to snag something in 2021. I'll tell you what, good way to start the new year, Lori Harvey. Congratulations to them both. I hope they're happy. Next, we're going to, oh, Lord, I forgot. You know what? I'm going to skip this and go back to talk about something else. I'm going to jump down to the bottom of my list here. Since we're talking about official couples being announced to the world, Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde have come out as a couple. If you know Olivia Wilde, you know that she was with Jason, and forgive me, I can't say his name, Sudeikis. He's a funny guy. He's in Horrible Bosses. He's been in a few things. And I guess they were engaged for something like 7 years, or they've been together for 7 years, engaged forever, how long. And then homegirl just up and said, you know what, I'm going to jump and get myself a young thing. So her and Harry Styles, who was 10 years her junior, are now dating. And it's, everybody's all abuzz about it. He's younger, she's been with this guy for so long. What happened? Apparently they've been separated since November. But I mean, when you see them together, she looks like his older sister to me, because she's a beautiful woman and he's a beautiful, very beautiful, handsomely beautiful young man. So when I see them together, I don't get couple vibes. I get like big sis trying to show my little brother the way and how to, even though he's probably more popular than her in reality, I don't know, it just gives me that weird vibe. And it's not because of his age difference, because he could be 10 years younger and they look like they match because she looks young. It's simply his face. Like, to me, he has a baby face who's trying to exude like male masculinity when he really just exudes like, it's like a Prince vibe he gives me. Like, yes, he's a man, but he doesn't really give me like uber man vibes. I don't want the Harry Styles fans to come for me, okay? Because I don't know much about the kid. All I know is that he's very pretty, like very pretty. Did I say he was pretty? Anyway, so that is the other official couple announcement that has had the world abuzz, and apparently Harry Styles fans are not pleased. I didn't date him, so don't come for me. Go for her. Okay. So jumping back up to the top of my list, as we know, last week there was wild events taking place in the first official week of January 2021. And there were Trump supporters, storming and invading the Capitol House in the U.S. of the United States of America. And now that these people are being not only identified by name, they're being arrested, they're being investigated by the FBI, and some of them are being put on the no-fly list. And there have been a few videos coming out lately that have shown that these very same, Trump thumping, storming Capitol rioters, if you want to call them that, are in the airports crying, woe is me, because they can't fly, and saying this is what they do to us. This is what they do to who? Terrorists? National terrorists? Insurrectionists? Like, what did you expect? Did you expect that you were going to storm the Capitol and that, the airlines are going to be like, no problem, sis. You can fly back home, no problem. No, we're not worried about you or what you may do or the problem you could potentially cause on our flight where you can't run or other people can't run from you. That's cool, no worries. You can fly in our plane. Like, you guys really are some privileged ass, confused ass people. Like, you're out here crying about not being able to fly back home. You took your janky ass from wherever you were to go to DC to go storm the Capitol, and now you want to scurry back home like the cockroaches you are, and you're shocked that you can't fly. Don't be an insurrectionist. Don't listen to people like Trump and then expect it to be all, flowers and sunshine after the fact. You deal with what you do. That's what it is. And speaking of the U.S. Capitol, Kamala Harris, Madam First Lady to be in a few short days, is on the cover of Vogue wearing her pantsuits. Can I ask a question? Why do the women who are running for, you know what? I'm not going to ask the question because I feel like I know. I always wonder why the women who are running for, official positions in the in the U.S. or in Congress or whatever you want to call them or wherever, they always often wear pantsuits. And before I didn't get it because it always kind of made them look kind of square. However, I personally don't wear a lot of skirts or dresses in my office setting because I just feel like it separates me. And it's a gender thing and it's not fair. And I shouldn't feel like I have to choose my clothes because of where I work or who I work with. But in a very male-dominated industry, you have to feel like you need to be able to stand up and, hiya if you want to. So I guess, anyway, I'm digressing. She looks good on the front page of Vogue. I don't think I've ever seen a candidate or a president on Vogue, but Kamala Harris is rocking it. She's not the greatest, but she's what we're gonna get. So might as well celebrate her in the best way we can and kind of look toward the future and the positives. So congratulations to her on her Vogue cover. Not many people can say they got that. Next thing I want to talk about is Sex and the City. There is officially going to reboot. There's going to be a reboot or a revival. We are excited. There's going to be no Samantha story. So how excited are we is the question. Now, I did not watch Sex and the City avidly like some of you did, but I did watch the movies and I did enjoy the hell out of them. And I did really enjoy Samantha's character. So to find out that she's not coming back because of whatever her reasons are, saying there's no problems between her and Sarah Jessica Parker. Sure, they're fine. How come you're not coming back, sis? What are you doing that you can't come back? Come on. We'll see. I'm interested to see how they, how successful this revival / reboot is going to be. That I will definitely watch since I've kind of followed the movies and I feel like the movies kind of summed up all of this, the seasons. So what are your thoughts on Samantha not coming back to the Sex and the City revival / reboot? I'd like to know. Dr. Dre is still in the hospital. He suffered an aneurysm last week. And it was kind of shocking because, he's been battling his ex-wife in courts for, spousal support and all kinds of crazy allegations. I wonder if that kind of caused him to have this brain aneurysm. He was in the ICU and he was, it was in kind of serious condition for a while. And then he kind of came out and said, I appreciate you guys caring for me and, praying for me. I'm doing all right. I've got a team around me. And apparently he still does. And he's still in the ICU. So best wishes to Dr. Dre. Hope he gets out. And maybe this will teach him and his ex-wife to whatever they're battling about, let it go. Life is too precious. Time is of the essence. And every day is a day on the earth that we have, we should be grateful for. And we shouldn't be wasting it arguing about assets and spousal support. It's not that serious. So that is that. As for COVID-19, well, I talked about it last week how Montreal and Quebec are under a curfew order. And apparently people are getting arrested and getting fined because of this curfew. And here in Ontario, our numbers are sky high. And I was assuming, I'm going to say me, I'm not going to say we, but me, I was assuming that we were going to end up getting a curfew. But thankfully, Doug Ford says he's not for it. He doesn't support it. And he feels like it would suggest that he does not trust the people of Ontario. However, we've just received word as of yesterday, around 2 or 3, around, I think it was like 1:32. Yeah. That we are now in a state of emergency again. This is our second one during this pandemic. And we are under a stay-at-home order. So everything that you were hoping would open up is not going to open up for another 28 days. And schools are not opening up in especially hot spots. So it's looking like another bleak little while. And it's looking like COVID-19 ain't going nowhere anytime soon. They said that mass production of, or mass, I guess, distribution of the vaccine won't be happening until May, June, July, or April, May, June. So we got a long winter ahead of us, folks. But if I can get out into the summer and not have to wear a mask, or at least be able to move about more freely in the summer, and we're all vaccinated, I'll take it, because this is too much, and this is too long. I feel like other pandemics in the past, people would get, mass sicknesses and dead. This thing, because we're trying to manage it, I feel like it's just, there's no real right or wrong way to do it. I don't think you can ever be prepared for a pandemic, and it's just, it sucks. And that's the honest to God truth. And if you felt like you were managing the first half of the pandemic and you feel like you're crashing and burning now, I'm with you. That was me. I was handling the first part okay, because I'm a homebody by nature. But this second, and in the middle of winter here in Ontario, Canada, it's just like, ugh, I'm having darker days. So talking to you is definitely helping. That is this episode of what we're talking about on Wednesday. I will see you next week. Bye.